This is great news for the Miami Hurricanes offense.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Grace Reacts, a college football show for the fans, by the fans. And if you're a Miami Hurricane, there are two names you've been locked in with. If you're not a Miami Hurricane fan, you really probably haven't been paying attention to these two names, and you may know who they are after this week. The names are Jordan Lyle and JoJo Trader. See, Mario Cristobal normally does not release a depth chart, but due to ACC rules, each team, when they play each other in the ACC, you have to put out a depth chart. And last night, a depth chart was released, and Jordan Lyle, who is the starting running back for the Miami Hurricanes, is not on that list. JoJo Trader, who a lot of people thought would be a starting wide receiver for the Miami Hurricanes, is not on that list, which means you got a Miami Hurricane team who's coming off of a bye week, and they have two weapons that got injured early in the Notre Dame game that they will have to use against the Florida State Seminoles. And if you're a Miami Hurricane fan, you're happy, you're excited. If you're a Florida State fan, you may want to keep an eye out on these two players because a lot of the national media, they haven't been speaking on them when they should have. Now, let's talk about these two players. Jordan Lyle, he is a player that I would put my fist and slam down and say, y'all better pay attention to him, because he was the starting running back for the Miami Hurricanes coming into this season. He gets injured in the Notre Dame game, and Mark Fletcher does what he's been doing. Matter of fact, he elevated his game, and he's played well. And then you got to look at what Marty Brown has contributed. He has done well too. So when those two went off, I think people forgot about Jordan Lyle, a guy who had 54 carries last year, 400 yards, and 4 touchdowns. That was in a rotation running back system where Damian Martinez and Mark Fletcher last year got more carries than him. So last year you saw the explosion. You saw the game-breaking ability. He had a 91-yarder to the house at one point, running people over when he got his chances. Does a good job in pass pro too. That's why he was able to get on the field week 1 versus Florida last year. I'm talking about last year. So he's a guy who I will say I have seen him put in this work. I have seen him do it at the high school level, get to the college level, play right away, and contribute to this Miami Hurricane team. It was going to be the starter until the injury happened. So he's a guy that's going to bring the electricity to this Miami offense. If you look at the Miami Hurricane offense, one thing you can say is it hasn't been explosive. It's been bully ball. It's been cut, 1,000 cuts, and then finish you off. And they're the number 3 team in the nation. I think now they're adding a running back who can break the game open with any carry. The question is, with them coming off a bye, with them coming off an injury, how many carries will he get? We know Mario will still like to rotate those running backs. We'll see. Now, JoJo Trader is different because outside of one touchdown against Iowa State in the bowl game, we really don't have a lot to go from. All we have is hype. All we have is the stories from camp where people said he looked like our best wide receiver. And then we get to the games and he gets hurt. But then you got guys like Malachi Tony, like C.J. Daniels, like Josh Moore, like Keelan Marion step up. So for Jordan Lyle, I'm going to tell you, I think he contributes right away. For JoJo Trader, I'll tell you, there is still a lot of hope that he can. The talent is there, but everybody, we still got to see him do it on the big stage. Either way you slice it and dice it, if you're a Miami Hurricane fan and your offense has done good up to this point, your offensive line is moving people. They're not just moving them to the left or moving them to the right. They are pushing and bullying teams. Then adding a Jordan Lyle, you got to be happy. You got to be excited. And another thing about Jordan Lyle is he does have good hands. And we know Carson Beck likes to check it down. So those little check downs, instead of going for 5 or 6 yards one could break. All I'm saying is y'all need to know the name Jordan Lyle if you don't already know. But if you're watching this video, I know you're a Miami Hurricane fan or a Florida State fan or a college football fan. So I know y'all probably know who they are. So it looks like Jordan Lyle and JoJo Trader will play versus Florida State. And a lot of people will be paying attention to see what they can contribute to this Miami team. Who do you think is going to win the game, Miami or Florida State? Let me know what you think in the comments.